The central meaning of this painting for me and how it influences me is that the fact that it's my first abstract painting ever. It is the first time that I came into studio not knowing what to do. It is the first time that I completely let myself go and not control the process. It is the first time of completely surrendering to something bigger than yourself, to something bigger than the limits of your mind. My name is Angelina. I'm born in Serbia, in Novi Sad, and I'm an artist. Specifically visual artist. I major in painting, so I am primarily a painter, but I also do other visual disciplines like sculpture, printmaking, digital art, photography, video art, and I always like to keep all these mediums intertwined and connected so I can go deeper into exploration of all forms and of all mediums, and not just to be kind of labeled as a painter. But mainly I am a painter and I create paintings. I work within abstraction, and the painting that I'm about to talk about is an abstract painting. The painting that I will be describing in this video, and I will try and explain more about it, how it came to be, what does it mean, and what does it mean to me personally, is called Fire Part 1 Hope. I did it last summer, starting in June, working June, July, August, September. I've done it for several months. It's my first abstract painting ever. It's my first abstraction, and this is exactly what I want to talk about. It is that moment when I transferred from representational art and entered the world of abstraction. Before knowing abstract art, yes, I had joy when I was painting. I was having some kind of satisfaction when I was painting, but discovering abstraction was truly the thing that made me fall in love with art. It made me fall in love with creation of art, with the process of it. It genuinely raised my enjoyment of art for 10 levels. I finally felt like I found my voice, like I found the core of art. So Fire Part 1 Hope. How did I start it? Well, I was in a quite rough period in my life. I was going through a lot, and I was expressing myself through bodies. I wanted to describe pain, sadness, and loneliness by portraying other bodies, and this got problematic real quick because I had a storm inside of me, and there I was in front of canvas trying to figure out the perspective of the human body, and I was losing my mind because I was I'm so angry, I'm so hurt, I'm in so much pain, I cannot be bothered with this. I want more direct way to express myself. I want to express myself. I'm stuck here doing all of this, but I want a more direct way, a way that's more authentic to me. Abstraction is absolutely the most direct way of expressing emotions. It really is, because you have emotions stored within you, and you have the most direct expression of them, which is to just let it out without assigning it form. Abstract art is any art that is not trying to accurately depict reality. it can speak about things from reality, like emotions, like love, hatred, pain, or like things like motherhood, or even like political things, like questions of race and gender and sexuality. It can talk about all kinds of real problems, but it won't try to depict them accurately. And abstraction is also sometimes totally non-representational, in a sense that is not referring to anything. That is a simply study between different shapes, colors, and forms, and their relation within each other. So abstraction can be based on reality and also totally not based on reality and totally living in this like abstract universe. But it also can be based in reality, in real life, and what's happening here and now, or what happened in the past. But even if it's talking about real life, abstraction will never try accurately to depict it. So if somebody says that abstraction is the opposite of figurative art, that would be right. Abstraction never has a goal to represent something accurately, to render reality accurately. The goal of abstraction is always something else. So abstraction is quite a large field, and there are multiple levels of which abstraction exists at. And because I can't focus and I can't explain every single one of them, and even if I try to explain every single one of them, I would probably miss all of them, and even if I didn't miss, some new will be created. So there are multiple levels of abstraction that exist, but the abstraction that I will be focusing about, that I will be explaining, is an abstract expressionism. And when I say abstract expressionism, I remove it from the movement from the 50s in America. I remove it. I am simply referring to act of creating art that is abstract and that as a main objective has a goal of expressing emotions. I'm not referring to a movement from art history. I'm just referring to a way of making art. I cannot forget the moment of just letting go and surrendering and giving myself permission to feel first before everything. To just feel emotions deeply and be honest with it and let it leave a mark on the canvas that is honest, that is not controlled or manipulated, that is just honest, and that is just authentic and raw to myself. And no matter what it is, shame, guilt, pain, sadness, hurt, happiness, fear, I am not afraid to show it. Abstract art is not a logical art. I mean abstract art in service of expression. It's not a logical art. It is something that touches you and that other people can relate to because human experience is essentially same. I don't say that every single human being go through the same experience. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that everyone experiences pain, love, sadness, hurt, struggles, but also happiness, but also connection, but also loneliness, also friendship. And that is what bonds us. But if you want to bond with someone, you have to come from a place of honesty and of vulnerability. And also this painting was for me a time period where I opened myself to being vulnerable, to admit that I am hurt, that I am weak, that I am in pain, but also to own that. And when you own your weaknesses, they become strength, because you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to be ashamed of. abstraction truly is the purest form of art, where you can express yourself freely with no limits, with no mental limitations. And why is that important to me? Because whatever painting I create or art form, I always want to create with maximum creativity and with maximum freedom. I never want to repeat myself, repeat learned patterns, repeat safe patterns. I always want to embody this like strength and absolute power of creativity, which only exists when it's really embracing myself and acknowledging myself and having this ability to be proud of me for being vulnerable and for showing up. When I was first starting the painting, I didn't know what kind of imagery or end result I will create. I didn't have a vision in my head. All I had are these emotions. It was mostly sadness, I think. Sadness and being hurt. All I had those emotions, and I bought canvas, I made the canvas, I set up the paints, the brushes, everything, and I was just randomly dipping the brushes in and painting whatever shapes. It was awful in the beginning. It had no form, it had no nothing, but it was honest. It was very honest. It was exactly what I was feeling. And the thing is, with expressing emotions, you can have a quick drawing, 15 seconds, 1 minute, where you just go with a brush. If you're angry, that will come out. But with this painting, I've done it for 4 months, I think, 3 months, and my state from that initial anger and hurt and sadness and pain transformed into this kind of feeling of confidence, of being proud that I'm here, that I am staying here, that I am creating this art. By this point, I created a lot of abstract pieces, and I accepted that I'm an abstract artist. I still feel insecure to talk about abstraction. I still feel insecure that I am doing quote-unquote lower kind of art, because I've got so many bad reactions on my art, so many comments of when are you going to do something representational, when are you going to do something normal, that although I know my truth, I guess I'm still very sensitive to this, that it's like on a subconscious level it still hurts me. And I realize it basically now, how sensitive I am, lingering this feeling of that I'm not doing good enough art, that I'm defending abstraction, that I'm talking about abstraction. It is in a way like a lower kind of art. This factor that I feel unworthy as an artist for doing abstraction is even a more reason to why I should do it, and why I should film about it, and why I should talk about it, because abstraction is truly a beautiful thing. It is truly a special way of creating art, of expressing oneself. It is a truly unique experience that a human being can experience, and I really want to expand it into people's minds, to explore it further, to establish it further, because it is so valuable and it is so real. Anything that is real is worth pursuing, and I find the realness, the true experience when I do abstraction. If anyone who is watching has tried abstraction or is actively trying abstraction and has felt like the abstraction is a non-worthy medium, that is a lower quality medium of expression, that abstraction is like kind of art with a small a. I just want to say that none of that is truly your concern. It is just something you heard from your family, from your friends, from social media, from people online, critiquing modern art. So it's nothing, there is nothing inherently wrong with abstraction. Actually, there are inherently beautiful, powerful, and magical things about abstraction, but this doubt that we have that we are unworthy if we do abstraction is something that we adopt from society. Any fear about exploring abstraction and about being an abstract artist is never something that comes from your heart. It is always something that comes from society. Abstraction is so natural to us, it is so rooted in human experience that no matter how much people come and gather and try to downplay an abstraction, it lives on as this powerful tool of art and expression in general.